I almost can't analyze these scary videos. Get ready. Number 11. A truck dash cam captures somebody scrambling across an unlit highway without a flashlight or any reflective clothing. A bad choice for sure. The truck is going too fast to do much of anything, but at 14 seconds, you can see the front hood dip a little as the driver slams on his brakes. Played frame by frame, the man only makes it to safety with one step to spare, leaving the trucker grabbing his chest, with one of the scariest moments on his life caught on camera. Luckily, everyone was alright. Number 9. A woman gets onto an elevator, not knowing that this will probably be the last ride of her life. Almost as soon as the doors close, she starts feeling distressed and sways in place. She drops her bag and becomes so disoriented that she has to lean against the door for support. By the end of the ride, she is also clearly out of breath and in a completely different state of mind than just moments prior. She doesn't even pick her bag up as she stumbles out of the elevator into a lobby space. She staggers about halfway through the room before she becomes exhausted and slowly lowers herself face down onto the cold floor. She doesn't move for a long time, and then something impossible happens. The elevator reclaims her. An unseen force grabs her foot and drags her back through the elevator's waiting doors. If anybody manages to recognize this hotel, please let me know where this occurred and what happened next, because this video has me terrified. Number 8. A barbecue party is cut short when a hawk scoops a snake out of the grass. You might be wondering how that could be enough to stop a barbecue, and it's not. But what happens next is... The snake somehow gets away unharmed, but I think the whole incident could be special effects. The hawk doesn't really have any reason to drop the snake, and I don't think it would fly so low to a group of people when there are plenty of other nearby trees to take its meal snake to. Also, hawks have razor sharp talons, yet this snake seems visibly intact as it gets away. Then again, maybe I just don't want for this to actually be real. Number 7. ILLSIGHT is a channel that bends all of the rules, and that's why it might be too much for you to handle. They scaled a crane in Hong Kong just in time to see the sun come up. As they grab yellow bar after yellow bar, ILLSIGHT hears a pop from above and prepares himself for the worst. Whoa. Under a thin coat of paint is a ladder rung brittle with rust that snaps under his friend's weight, and if one section of the ladder is like this, the rest probably isn't much better. The upper portions are even more weather beaten, and at 6 minutes and 41 seconds, his hands are covered in rust. They spend some time getting a few shots at the top, and then they have to do it all over again on the way down, this time without the luxury of seeing where the rusty spots are before stepping on them. I don't think I could ever do something like this because I have a fear of heights. Even watching this video is frightening for me. Number 6. Look straight ahead and tell me if you can see anything in the water. I couldn't at first, but Matt certainly can.
I had to paddle away from him. Oh, he's coming towards me.
Swimming up to Matt is one of the oldest predators on Earth, something that could easily grab an overhanging limb and drag you straight under. The curious alligator carves a direct path to Matt's boat to try and test out its potential prey. If Matt panics and flips his boat here, I have little doubt that the alligator would make a quick meal out of him in seconds while floating and exposed.
Back the up.
Instead, Matt keeps his calm and paddles a short distance to the shore. Even then, Matt stays put and doesn't dare exit, and for good reason. The alligator patiently waits like it knows he has to get out eventually, which makes me wonder if it has learned this trick from a previous experience. Matt turns off the camera because he knows he might be seconds away from fending off the alligator with his paddle. We don't get to see how this one ends, so you'll have to ask him how he got out alive. Hopefully he's still around to answer. Number 5. This 90s family vacation video from the Grand Canyon shows Casey here, who is determined to enjoy the view on his own terms.
You're so dedicated.
No, this
Casey's sister is poking her foot in a hole, and then without warning, here comes Casey.
Oh, it changes from there, all the scenes.
Casey!
His mother watches in horror as the boy runs towards the hole with an unbalanced waddle of a toddler, and the section of fence that would have caught appears to have broken off long ago. I'm not sure if he was definitely going to fall off. According to the description, Casey's dad rushed forward and saved his kid in the last second. He looks like he is standing too far away to do anything, but I guess he's really only a few adrenaline-fueled steps away. Number 4. A YouTuber named Music Is Win is looking for inspiration to play the guitar, so he decides to go on the roof to put things into a new perspective. I don't know if it made him any better at guitar, but after what happened next, it might give him a newfound appreciation for life. His foot gets caught on something we can't see, but I think it was a shingle because they stick up just high enough to catch a shoe. He gets up and recovers with an awesome guitar solo, and I'm glad he did because gravel, rock, and wood doesn't make for a comfortable landing. Number 3. YouTube has a real problem with challenges, and here's why. One of the earliest trends was to try and swallow a mouthful of cinnamon with no water. Just watch what happens to ZoeeBoyzz Ent. I feel like I need to tell you that doing this could end your life. They can't hold it in and the dust starts flying, and that's when airways get clogged. One of them is able to laugh it off, but the other begins to gag and sputter as he becomes unable to breathe. Listen to the sound of air rush back into his lungs. Thankfully, he's alright, but that was a close one. Number 2, a YouTuber named Silent X Snails is having a bad day on his way to work that's about to get worse. First, he drops his phone on the highway, and then a simple mistake almost takes his life. I want to know who you think was at fault here. Silent X Snails is trying to drive between the cars, called lane splitting, which is legal where he lives in California. The driver doesn't have their turn signal on way in advance, so I guess Silent X Snails must have missed it because he doesn't seem to slow down. He does come out from behind this flatbed truck, so I can understand why the driver didn't see him. But at the same time, I think they should have double-checked their side mirror before changing lanes to avoid this exact kind of scenario. Before we get to number 1, my name is Chills, and if you're curious about what I look like in real life, then go to my Instagram at DylanIsChillinYT and tap that follow button to find out. Have you seen the number 15 music video yet? If not, you're definitely missing out. It's a proven fact that generosity makes you a happier person, so if you're generous enough to hit the subscribe button and the bell beside it, then thank you. This way, you'll be notified of the new videos I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Number 1. A monster wearing street clothes keeps its head low, but long talons give away its non-human appearance. It unsuccessfully tries to hide its hands when it sees the camera. When the person recording encounters it again, this time in the light, its feet are normal looking, which is strange when its hands were so deformed. It's probably a costume. When I first came across these clips, it was when I was watching a top 10 list about witches. I thought something about it, mostly the camera work and the lighting, looked a little too professional, so I did some digging and found the source. This is from a short horror film called The Moonlight Man, directed by filmmaker Danny Donahue. I know you already like scary movies if you are watching this video, so I linked it for you in the description. In my opinion, it was definitely worth watching. I just wanted Danny Donahue to get the credit he deserves for making this viral video. But most of all, if you've ever seen this video on another channel and thought it was real, it's not, and now you know its true source. TikTok has a dark side. You've come way too far to stop now, so let's go deeper than ever and see how twisted it gets.